Today we're going to talk about how to make your bald head not shine like mine is currently. Now usually in my videos I do not have quite a shine on my head. Of course it does help that I've got some lights and I've currently got the light set up so that it's not blinding you. You can still see that I have quite a bit of shine on my head compared to normally, however. But to understand what makes our heads shine, we really need to look at what's going on top of our heads to make it like that in the first place. On our head we have basically this. This is what grows our hair. And as you can see, there's a sebaceous gland for each hair follicle. Sebaceous glands are all over the body, however, they are mostly concentrated on the head and the face. The sebaceous gland produces basically what we know as oil or sebum. Sebum protects our hair as well as our skin from drying out. Now, according to the Harvard Medical School, sebum is made of basically three things. You've got fatty acids, sugars, and natural waxes that our body produces. Now there's also sweat and the dust around us mixed in with that, but for the most part that is the three things that sebum contains. Which, just looking at those three ingredients, it's pretty easy to figure out why our heads shine. Now, even though that we lose our hair follicle itself, we still have those sebaceous glands, which means that they are still producing for the hair that isn't even there. An odd thing that I ran into when doing research for this video is that some doctors believe that it's actually the overproduction of sebum that can make some of us go bald. Whether that's why you went bald or you just had bad genes, we are bald and therefore need to deal with the shine. So how do we control that shine on our heads? Well, first, I want to tell you that you can't completely control it because your skin itself has a little bit of shine to it, as well as our glands are going to always make the sebum. However, you can reduce the glare on your head by following a few of these steps, maybe all of them, maybe one or two of them, to get the amount of shine or matte that you would like on your head. The first one is to, well, don't shave your hair all the way down. Now, does that mean that you have to go to something like a clipper or a razor like this? No, it doesn't, because you can actually take whatever you're using to shave your head normally, and instead of going against the grain, which gets a much closer cut to the skin, you can simply go with the grain, and that will indeed leave a little bit longer hair, which still gives you a nice smooth feel, but you will be cutting down on that glare where there is still hair just by leaving a little bit of that stubble. It helps break up the light and absorbs a little bit of it so it doesn't look quite as bright. You can also exfoliate. Believe it or not, dry skin when it is on top of your head does have a shine to it. In fact, it kind of has a crinkly shine to it, so you definitely want to get that dead skin off of your head. So exfoliating is definitely an important step to do so. Now, although we don't have hair on our heads, gentlemen, we still need to use some kind of soap up there. Sure, some of the exfoliants have a mild soap in them, and that works fine, at least for me. However, you may need to use something like a shampoo, or even if you've got a beard and you're washing your beard, just go ahead and take a little bit of that and wash your head as well. This will help remove some of the excess sebum, as well as, well, give you a little bit cleaner head. Along those same lines, washing your head every day can make a significant difference as well. Now, does that mean that if you're a guy that takes a shower usually every other day that you need to start hopping in the shower every day or putting your head underneath the sink? Well, not necessarily, because you can very easily take one of these, put a little bit of your favorite soap in it, shake it up real good, spray your head, and just use a washcloth to go ahead and wipe it off. Rinse out the washcloth, rinse your head with the washcloth once again, and you just washed your head and got rid of any of those excess oils. And of course, there's the good old wiping your head off throughout the day to remove any of those excess oil. Now, if you're gonna do so, I suggest not using something like a handkerchief. Although you can in an emergency, it is much better to use something that is disposable, because you don't want to be taking the same oils that you wiped off of your head an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, and now it's been sitting in your pocket, and re-wiping those on your head. It could possibly cause acne and maybe possibly some other issues as well. So I do highly suggest go ahead and use something that is disposable when you do that. And you can moisturize as well. Now, this might seem a little counterproductive. However, if your head thinks that it's dry, it's going to produce more sebum, which is just going to make it more shiny. So if you can moisturize your head so that it stays not dehydrated, it won't overproduce sebum, and you won't have to deal with the oils quite as much. Now, one of the harder things to do to reduce some of those glares off your head is changing up your diet. Things like carbohydrates, fatty foods like fried chicken definitely does not help with the shine any, and can make it so that you overproduce sebum as well. Now, what about products to matte your head? Well, quite honestly, there's a few of them out there. One of them is a powder. However, I would try to stay away from that unless if you're going to be on TV and have big bright lights on you, because, well, you're probably going to end up sweating if you're just doing day-to-day things, and that can end up looking kind of bad. Now, you can also get things like astringent face wipes to wipe off your head throughout the day. That kind of goes along the lines of, having something disposable to wipe your head off with. Headblade actually has head matte lotion. Now, this will help moisturize as well as kind of give your head a little bit more of a matte finish so that you don't have the glare on it, and it works pretty well. Mountaineer brand, a company that I have also reviewed in the past, they now have a whole line of head care products, and one of theirs is Shine Away. I'm not sure how it works as I have not reviewed it yet. However, it is definitely a product that I would be interested in getting my hands on because their products seem to be fairly good. If you want to look into that product, I highly suggest doing it. Now, if you're looking for something that you can pick up in the big box stores, L'Oreal has a pure and matte conditioner that is made for the face, but it will work just as well on the head as well. And I've seen a few guys say that it works really well on their bald heads. So that's another one that I think that would be worth checking out. If you try any of these products or any of these ideas on how to reduce the shine on your head, please go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. I want to know how it worked for you. And of course, if you know any tips and tricks on how to get your head not quite as shiny as well, go ahead and leave those down in the comments, as I'm sure I, as well as others, would love to hear them. If you like this video and you want to learn more about head care, go ahead and check out this video up here. Down below, that's going to be a video that you'll probably enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.